everyone, and welcome back to UZEX News on UzReport TV channel. And today in our edition you can get acquainted with the latest exchange news and quotations, as well as with the condition of the exchange market of mineral fertilizers. At the beginning of our program, we traditionally offer you the results on all trading platforms of UZEX market and also the price dynamics for top commodity positions. These were the main indicators of UZEX exchange for the past week. Now we'll focus on the latest exchange news. Over the past months, the Uzbek Commodity Exchange has signed a number of agreements with business partners on cooperation in the field of electronic commerce. In particular, the first agreement is a memorandum of cooperation with Association Uzcharm Sanoat. Within the framework of this memorandum, the Uzbek Commodity Exchange will develop a separate specialized electronic trading platform for the promotion of local leather and footwear products to domestic and foreign markets. The second memorandum is signed with the Directorates of Free Economic Zones, GZAK and Kokand. Free zone products will now also be sold through the exchange trading platforms. In particular, Yarmarka.UZEX.uz trade fair system has developed and implemented a separate trade section for free economic zone enterprises. The following agreement is signed between Uzbek Commodity Exchange and cellular communication operator Mobi-Uz. The agreement provides for the sale of the demanded mobile numbers Mobi-Uz on the exchange platform mobilrakam.uzex.uz, as we can see on the screen. The main purpose of signing this agreement is to increase the access of the requested mobile numbers Mobi-Uz by means of their online sales. Now let's move to the analysis of mineral fertilizers market from January to August 2020. And overall, more than 1.2 million tons of mineral fertilizers were sold through the UZEX exchange trading platform, which is 21% less regarding to the same period of the last year. The maximum sales figure is recorded in between February-April of 2020, while average implementation rate amounted to 250 and 280,000 tons, as we can see on the screen. At the same time, in the following months, the amount of exposed and sold fertilizers gradually decreased. Sales volume in the months of June, for example, is at a minimum level of 15,000 tons, as we can see on the screen. So let's go to the fertilizers structure and let's consider the structure of mineral fertilizers sale. And ammonium nitrate has the highest sales figure of 68 at the UZEX exchange trade platform, which takes the absolute leadership in the segment of mineral fertilizers. And as we can see, it goes with 68%. The proportion of carbamide decreased from 17 to 14%, and it takes the second position in the segment of mineral fertilizers. The third position here is taken by ammonium sulfate, which goes with 9%, and definitely it's worth to mention about Amaphos, which has increased its positions from 1 to 7% at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. So let's consider the prices of the top sellers, and the first one will be ammonium nitrate. It's worth to mention that the market is quite volatile. From the beginning of the year to May, despite the seasonal demand due to the fairly high level of fertilizer performing, the prices didn't change much. The prices were about 1.8 million sums per ton and went up to 2.1 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. In the following months, the prices began to rise in the face of a sharp volume decline and reached its maximum price position since the beginning of the year, 2.6 million sums per ton. And afterwards, the price went back to its almost initial price position, as we can see on the screen, 1.9 million sums per ton. And this kind of situation is definitely due to the active position of the factory producers, and they're systematically performing exactly this kind of brand of commodity, as said, ammonium nitrate at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. So let's go to the next diagram for today, and this is going to be the carbamide. And the carbamide market is changing in different directions. At the beginning of the year, the carbamide price rose from 2.1 million sums per ton up to almost the highest price position, 2.6 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. The market then showed a downward trend, which continued until May. In May, the price was 2.1 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. In June, however, the performing level was halved, resulting in prices rising to 2.7 million sums per ton, as we can see on the diagram, which is definitely one of the maximum price positions since the beginning of the year. But afterwards, the price decreased to its minimum price position, almost went back to its initial price level, 1.9 million sums per ton, which is definitely quite positive news for the consumers and traders working in this segment. And at the same time, this kind of price formation definitely was made due to the active position of the factory producers, and they're systematically performing into the UZEX exchange trade platform exactly this kind of brand of commodity, as said, carbamide. So let's go to the next diagram for today, and this is going to be definitely the mineral fertilizers consumption structure by regions. And considering the structure of the acquisition of mineral fertilizers, it's worth to mention that mineral fertilizers market has an equal distribution across the regions. To be exact, there is no absolute leader in the consumption level, though it's worth to point out specific regions which are insignificantly higher regarding to other ones. For example, the share of Fergana province takes 13% on consuming mineral fertilizers at the UZEX exchange trade platform. It's worth to mention about metropolitan area Tashkent and Tashkent region. It goes with almost the same percentage, 13.1% at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange on consuming mineral fertilizers. Touching upon Kashkaria region, it occupies about 9.1% on consuming mineral fertilizers. The share of other regions is in between 5 to 8%. These were all commands for today. Thank you for watching us and being with us. Do join us next week on UzReport TV channel, and surely with our website www.uzex.uz. See you next week. Bye.